So hey everyone, it's been such a long time that I wasn't creating videos, but today I'm back again and I will be talking about how to create this maps loading animation. And without further ado, let's just take a look at it. So yeah, if I go to this maps and if I launch this application, this is something that I'm going to talk about. Yeah, I can just stop this screen, and now I will be talking about how we can load up the same kind of animation, and this is the end result that I'm going to first particularly focus on. And yeah, as you can see, there was a bit of rotation here and some of the colors that started moving, and the whole point is how would we make this. And to simplify this, I have just divided into two parts. The first part is designing the shapes. While designing the shapes, there is a particular thing that we have to care about: the morphing between the SVGs. And for this particular explanation, I'm going to just remove all the colors here so you can just see the shape morphing and how it is happening. So I believe that the colors and everything related to colors begin from this code and it ends somewhere here, and this is something you do not have to worry about. So the commented lines of code, I've just made it hidden, and now we don't see anything. And because we don't see anything, I'm just going to give it a background of let's say blue, and we should have something here now. Yeah, we do. So the very first thing is how we are morphing the shapes. There is a particular property called clip path, and if I were to show you this, I will go to the MDN web docs. Then clip path is something that is able to create shapes in your divisions or divs, and you can just make it on images or any other particular element. You can just clip its path or just allow it to have these kinds of shapes. And a very nice thing about it is that you can animate between two shapes. So this is animatable is actually true. It's even true for Safari. This is something that I had a talk with the MDN team, and yeah, this would be changed very soon. So yeah, the very first thing is that we have something this like here, and this is the maps thing. This line of code was, I don't know where that came from. Yeah, that was nothing. Yeah, so just this single div, and we have just made it a size of inline block size 250, and then we have added this clip path, and I will just remove this clip path so you can just see. And if I were to remove it, you will see that this is the whole block of 250 by 250, and this clip path is allowing us that we have this shape as a a donut. Yeah, we can call it a donut. And yeah, then the next thing is I would want this shape to morph to this particular shape. And what is this one? This is the second this shape that has the maps icon, and we want a morph between this and this. That is what we are seeing here. And to do that, I've made it like 100%. You can just switch to this, and I've just made an animation shape 0.4 ease and forwards. So what will happen is it will start from this shape, and then it will change to this one. And just the reason why is it not happening, I believe, is because this uh, curly braces is not closed. So I will just go ahead and close this, which will allow this line of code to finally work, which it was not. And to make things look more apparent, I will just make it infinite, so you can have the animation again and again. And yeah, you can see that this is now moving. This is moving in the same way as we have for the particular maps, and I will just showcase how it looks in maps. I have a proper frame by frame thing where we can just see that this is moving. And the very nice thing about it is that I made it very simple. I made it less simple by just having these two shapes, but the very crucial point is you can make as many shapes as you want. You can just start with a bigger hole in the donut. You can just start something like instead of this, you can just make a, let's say, a rectangle, and we can have something like this, and we just have another rectangle that is, and I'm just making it very abruptly, so it may not be a closed circle, but yeah. So I should have used shift command, and if I just get both of them, I can just use one of these operations. I believe the one we have to do is not intersect, but maybe subtract. So here we go. So like this, you can make different kind of shapes to morph between, and you can just start from here, then here, then here. And if I would make all the shapes of all the 11 frames that exist here, I can seamlessly animate between them, and which will allow me to animate it here in the clip path as well. One nice thing to take care about is that you should morph that very particular same SVG, the one that you started with, let's say this one, and you can just change the particular I would say vectors inside it and just morph it a little by little to the shape that you want it to morph with, which will allow you to get the animation. But if you just did something like a different shape to a different shape, the clip part does not work. It does not work the way that you want it to work, which happens because it does not know from how to animate between those two shapes. So yeah, just animating between the same set of vector points and just moving these actually helps it to know, yeah, I was in this position and these dots have moved, and I would be able to make sense out of it. So yeah, and I will just remove this infinite, and now you know that how you can just morph these shapes and how you can have a much I would say better shape with 11 different kinds of shapes that can go all the way in keyframes the way you want it to. Okay, so let's move on to the second thing. The second thing is how we can use this before and allow ourselves that we can have this lovely gradient. And the way that we are doing it is we have something like a background gradient that is having all of this, and just to show that how it has all of the colors that we have here and how it is making that, I will just remove the clip path for now. So I remove the gradient to show the clip path. Now I'll remove the clip path so I can show the gradient. And yeah, if I remove this, and I will just remove the particular shape animation as well, like this, so that keyframe is not attributed, and now you have this. So and I will just remove the rotate as well, and my blue background which I gave previously can be removed too. So this is what we have here. And the way I made this is I saw that we have different kinds of patterns here, but what is mostly notable is that we have red blue, we have a blue and a yellow, so a yellow and a lighter blue which is here, and a green which is taking the whole space, uh, which is how I landed to this kind of a shape. And it is just three linear gradients in which one of them is just from the same to the same color. So this is like a green to green, but then we start having something different, like this is a yellow and blue, and this is a blue and red. Added the background position and the sizing that allows me to get this shape. Finally, I have added a rotation that allows me to rotate this particular SVG, or let's say this is not an SVG but a CSS, pure CSS animation that is moving from here like minus 15 degrees to 125 degrees, something like that, which is dictated here. So minus 15 to 120 degrees, we are animating it in a smooth way. So if I were to refresh it, we can just see it just animates the same way as we have in the frame by frame SVG of the real Google Maps logo. And now I just bring back everything that I have, and piece by piece we have decoded it. We have this very nice lovely animation that allows us to see how the maps team has made such a very nice icon that animates, but we have done it using CSS. So yeah, I believe that that is all about it. I will just link in the code and I will just link in the description about it and all the properties that I am using here. This is purely based on clip path and linear gradients, as well as some minor animations like rotation that are happening using keyframes. So yeah, that was it, and I believe that this was a very short and very beautiful thing, but about the maps. But there is a very nice thing that I want to talk about is that I'm going to the Google I/O, and this is an event that is happening on the May 20. So I will be there in San Francisco. I am just really glad that the Google team showed up at my email, and they just sent me a very nice mail stating that some of my demos were really likely to be there on the What's New in Web UI talk, and this is really great. And I will just show you the exact demo that is being referred to as here, and I believe that I have just linked it here. So if I were to, and yeah, maybe I can just go here and just see. So the very nice demo that was loved by the Chrome team is this one, which is called functions in CSS. This is something that I am saving for later, so maybe I will make a video regarding this, or maybe you will just hear it directly at the I/O, who knows. So this is the very nice animation. This is using these data colors, and it is using some set of things called functions, which are very new in CSS, and something called if and else that exists in CSS now. So this is the lovely combination of functions, if and else, CSS properties, root colors, the new attribute which is more powerful, and container queries, supports, so on and so forth. So yeah, and which is why I just really love the direction where CSS is going. There is such a nice thing that is happening in this field. So yeah, just this is just the announcement about the Google I/O. I'm also have another announcement, which is that with Mozilla, I am going to give a talk on the 28th, and I will be linking that as well, which is like what's new in CSS, and something that will include this and some other of my examples that you have already seen on my YouTube. So I will be just talking about what's new in CSS with the MDN team, and I believe that those are some lovely events that you do not want to miss out on. So yeah, just keep in touch and have a very nice day ahead. Thank you so much.